humid April afternoon. I was feeling slightly agitated because I got road raged in the traffic on the way home. The traffic was moving slowly, and yet a man behind me was hooting his horn. I clocked my rearview mirror and spotted a tattooed man in a white van, swearing and waving his arms. And because I'm outrageously middle class, I instantly judged him as some sort of leave bigot. So I ignored him and carried on moving at 3 miles an hour in traffic. But he hooted me again. Again, shouting, swearing, move, move, move. So I blew him a kiss in my rearview mirror. He didn't like that. Anyway, so welcome to my new video. It's a bit of a weird intro, wasn't it? Anyway, so what is this video about? Well, I'm going to get deep into some drum rack stuff, some sampling, some triggering things, finger drumming. For a while now, I've had people contact me and ask me to do certain things, and with regards to sampling and particularly, sampling music, other people's music and stuff. And as much as I've always wanted to, I've always kind of put it off because, for one, I'm not really too sure how to handle copyright in YouTube videos, even though these are for educational purposes. I should be allowed to use copyrighted material, but I'm a little bit too scared to try. And also, as much as I really like music where people sample other music and turn it into a new thing, without wanting to slight anyone who makes music like that, I've never really done that because I'm a musician, so I just prefer to write new music. But I thought, I'll try it. And I kind of thought, well, what am I going to use? So I thought, well, I'll go and look for some copyright-free, royalty-free music. And I hit YouTube and I found music by Pedro. Noir 1, free, royalty-free music. A smooth, laid-back song from the 40s for you to all enjoy and use in your videos. So I'm making a video, and he put a Dropbox download link there, which is cool. So I went and got it, and it's a very smooth noir type thing. And I've also got this drum break here, which I'm going to use, which is going to be really loud. So I'm going to put them into a drum rack and I'm going to see what I come up with. This might be a long video, so maybe put on some comfortable trousers, pour yourself a scotch on the rocks. All right, where do we start? Let's get a drum rack in. Now, I was thinking about doing something with this drum break. It might take a long time, but maybe I could pause the video. But what I wanted to do was something different from what I normally do, which is kind of just slicing into chunks and triggering sections of loops quantized. I actually want to finger drum this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice this into a blank sampler. Let's do that now. I've got via transients, I'm going to slice it into a blank sampler. This is a preset that I made. Whoops. Okay, there it goes. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all the slices and pick out the various elements and make a drum kit out of it. By elements, I mean I'm going to find all the kick drums and put them in one cell on a drum rack, and then all the hi-hats and then all the snares, and make a little drum kit. This is going to take ages, so I'll just do a little sort of workflow. Okay, so that's a kick. I don't really want that one though. That's a snare. Actually, what I'll do first is I'll just duplicate that. And I'll work with this duplicated one so that I've always got the original to hand. Right. Come on then. Why aren't you selecting the things? Oh, it's doing it on that one. That's weird. Bargain Live 10, come on. Oh, it's done it. Okay, so I'm just going to sort of go through and find... hang on a minute, I've got to turn... Let's turn scale off. Okay, there we go. So I'm just using the push, you can't see. Right. That's a nice kick. So that one, I'm just going to go through them and... That's a snare, I don't want that, so I'll mute that. That's a hat, don't want that. That's a snare. That's a hat. That's a snare, that's a hat. That's a kick. So I'm going to go through and do this for all of them now until I've isolated the kicks, hats and snares and put them into a drum rack. So I'll just pause the video and see you in literally a split second. Okay, so I've done that. Basically, I've gone through the entire loop 3 times and isolated all the things that I want. Oh, my volume's suddenly gone down. There we go. Isolated all the various elements I want. So I've got kick on this cell here, and then this will be snares. You can't hear them at the moment, and this one will be like hats and ghost notes and stuff like that. So what I need to do is I need to get them all on the same cell. Basically, you just go through and delete the ones you don't want. I could show you how to do it, but it just took me 10 minutes, and you know, just do it yourself. So okay, so what I want to do is I want to get all of these hits onto the same cell, and I probably help if I turn that off. So I'll just grab all this junk here and do all this stuff and just kind of maximize it all out like that. And you can see that the root notes are all spread out across various keys. So we need to jump to the root note down here. You see where my mouse is here? And then I'm just going to ping that all the way down to the bottom and then put that all up to C3. Now I'm going to jump into the velocity zone and distribute ranges equally. So now, every time I press that one pad, I get a different kick sound, which is going to be really, really, really funky when we start finger drumming with it. Let's do the same thing with the snares now. So let's turn that off. Let's select all of those zones, and let's just, I don't know if there's a quicker way to do that. Max them all out, I don't know, but this is the only way I know how to do it. So, same thing here. All the snares there, distribute ranges equally. Cool. And then let's do the same thing for these ghosties. Select all of those. Pull those out. Max out those zones. Pull the root key all the way down. Pop the root key up to C3. Go to velocity and distribute ranges equally. Cool. So now I can kind of... I need to do something with the envelope first. Let's pull the sustain down here. I'm going to put this one here as well because of my finger drumming style. Yeah, okay, cool. So it'll all sound good later. What I might just do then is just sort of demo that now. Not at night. Well, I'll record it at 120 with the click on, and just so you can hear what it sounds like after you've played around with the pads. Let's go. if we go up to 160, I'm going to go for a sort of a, you know, funky breakcore kind of thing here. So even though rhythmically it's a little bit all over the place, timbre-wise, it's got a lot of feel and humanity to it, because it could kind of sound like a guy really articulating and accenting certain parts of a kit in his drumming, you know. So you get a little bit more flavour to it than just having single one-shot hits, which is nice. But for me personally, I quite like to have a little bit of colour to my beats, a little bit of wibbly wobbly. So the way that it works is that depending on the velocity, you'll get a different sound. So it's kind of cool. What I might actually just do is program a just something simple and familiar so that we can have some context. Let's do like a snare. Let's maybe something like this, you know. Okay, so you can see now that because they are all different, they're all the same velocity, then it kind of sounds a little bit robotic. But if I draw in some, you know, random velocities here, then we'll get something, get something kind of a little bit more interesting, maybe. There we go. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to max out that velocity, and then I'm going to go to my velocity plugin, and I'm going to, where is that? I'm going to put one of those on each. Now, by default, I've created a default preset so that these will... Oh, I thought I had. No, I haven't. Let's do it. Let's do that now. Let's put the random up full. Let's put the output high to about 64, and let's have it fixed like that. And now I'm just going to right click and go save as default preset. Nice. So when I drop that into all of them, it'll default to that preset. And I'm basically just going to use the velocity plugin to do all the randomizing of the tones. Let's see how that sounds. But I'm wondering if I'm not really too sure what kind of feel I want to go for yet. I'll keep it at 155 for now. So yeah, it's got a, you know, a little bit of variation. Okay, so let's get on to this Noir business. Why don't we start by just dropping that into this top cell and have a little listen to that. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? I don't want volume to velocity. I actually think I want to... I think I want to use sampler for this. Okay, yeah, simpler the sampler. So the reason why I want to do that is because I can use, it's just a lot more versatile, and I can also use velocity to change the sample offset. So what I want to do is kind of simulate a kind of dub echo kind of, not like a needle drop thing, but kind of like just I just sort of want to trigger the sound, but I want it to start at a random point in the sample. So I'm going to do that using velocity to sample offset. I'm going to pop my velocity plugin in there. And what I might do is I'll make this loop a little bit longer. Let's go for 4 bars, and I'll just draw in a note there. Okay, it's not doing it, so we need to turn that up. Okay, and I actually just want to have just a little bit of envelope here. Not that little. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is starting to sound interesting. So why don't we? What do we do? Okay, let's glitch that up a little bit. Let's maybe glitch that up. How are we going to do that? I'll duplicate that, put that on another cell, and then this one will glitch up a little bit. So let's go into our sample. Let's turn sustain mode to forwards, and I'm just gonna loop a tiny little bit like that. And I'm gonna pull forward this here just a touch so I can put some crossfade in. There we go. So let's go back in here and let's actually just get rid of all those and put them in here instead. So this is going to be our glitchy one. And okay, so it's starting there. Let's mute those drums for a second. Okay, so we need some. It's doing the. Okay, so we need to change sample offset to loop start. There we go. Hopefully we'll see. Maybe not. No, it's not happening. Yeah, why isn't that happening then? I was expecting the... Oh, I know why. I think I need to link. Yes, it's working. Okay, so all that stuff I said about applying a crossfade is nonsense. Okay. So it's jumping around the sample here, just playing random bits. But we want it to loop. Okay. Okay, let's go to our auxiliary envelope here and let's set this to loop length, I think. Let's put these all down to 5. Whoops, not 55. 5, 5, 5. And we'll... Oh, there we go. Yeah. 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 Okay, and I might... Okay, I'm going to copy that one as well to here. Just jump in back to my clip, get all of those, move them up one. Okay. And this one, I'm going to apply a ramp up to the loop start position so I can get a sort of time stretch kind of thing going. Let's see if how that comes out. Interesting, because the sample's so long, I'm gonna have to make some sacrifices here. Let's maybe just, there we go. Yeah, all right. Let's apply a little bit of noise here to the sample offset also. Yeah, a bit jittery, like that. So if we were to finger drum this now, we'd have some stuff to play with. I'm no hip hop finger drummer. Let's put some delay on that one. Let's go in here. Let's put some of this echo in here. Yeah. Okay. So let's go to the I/O here. What do we want? This one. Which one is it? This one. Rack output. Okay, we'll go to... Oh yeah. I want a little bit more envelope here maybe. Yeah. Sweet. Okay, so I don't actually want that to... be... Why isn't that on... Okay, there we go. I don't actually want it to go to the output. I want it to go on a send. Here we go. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, we can finger drum that. Okay, we need some sort of bass, I think. Let's have a look through this. Well, actually, we can do it from in here, can't we? Let's put that on there. Crank the volume up. They're all a bit quiet, aren't they? Okay. There's a bit of bass there. Come on, there's got to be some bass somewhere. It's all bloody sax. Maybe. Trying to find a bass sound. Okay, there is no bass. Okay, I'll just use that little piano stab there. And maybe I can filter it. That'll do. Okay. Okay, I'll just draw one in then, I suppose. Which one is it? That one. Okay, let's maybe let's come down to 140. I'm going to go for a bit more of a dub type thing. So I will make this twice as long. Oh, not you. Make the whole thing twice as long. Yeah? Sweet. Some more notes here, I think. I could maybe try and play something over it. Let's try. Let's try, see how we get on. Okay. Quantize. Okay, I'm probably going to need a ride cymbal or something. Why don't we send some of these drums to the... Actually, what I might do is I'll copy this one to here and I'll really heavily filter this one, and maybe that can be my bass. Let's try that. Just jump into this. Okay, let's copy those down to there. It's going to the echo. I don't want that right now. Let's have a little listen here. Right, let's filter it. Let's filter it like an idiot. Oh, it's kind of working. It's actually working. Right. Let's try a bit of drive. One voice. Let's try putting some distortion. Oh, that's working quite well. Let's just, I suppose let's just maybe do a bit of compression here. All right, let's see how that sounds. A super time stretched. Let's try this one. I want a really slow sax going. So let's try that with this one. Let's take that off. A better way to do this might be to go back to simpler. Oh, I can't now because it's multi-moded it. Okay, I'll take that out and I'll put that in. Okay, so we'll just use the regular warping in simpler, and I'll time stretch it like loads. And maybe let's go for slice. That's nice, yeah. Oh, it's quite a long sound, isn't it? So it doesn't really like that many. That could work. Yeah, let's try regions. Let's try 27 regions. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay, so we can't use velocity for this because Simpler doesn't do velocity to sample offset. So I'll use a random. I'll just bypass it in a minute. So this cell of push is triggering this note, so we need to transpose that down. Let's come down to, there we go. Let's come down to -24. Okay, now if I turn random on, give it, let's give it 24 choices. There we go. We can randomize around it. Nice. Yeah, love it. Yeah. Sweet. Okay, now let's put that through the echo. I think I'm going for kind of noir dub reggae. That's actually what I'm going for. to zone out now. I'm just going to pause and go and get another beer. One sec. Right, okay, I'm back. So what I want to do now is try and play around with a new thing you can do in Live 10, which I've been meaning to explore, and that is bussing inside drum racks. So I'm going to select my drums here, and I'm going to choose, well, actually first I need to create a chain in the send return box down here, if I can make that a little bigger. So I'll create a return chain and I'll call it drums, and I'll highlight all my drum sounds and I'll route them to drums. Now what I can do is I can process them all together as if they were one chain, one signal, which you can only do in drum racks and Live 10. This is cool. So I'm going to chuck a beat repeat on just the drums because I love beat repeat. And let's have a little listen. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to route that bass thing. I'm going to route that to the drums as well. So I can beat repeat the drums to give a little bit of funk and syncopation to the drums and bass. One thing I want to do is I don't really, even though that I've set about making this video so that we could finger drum this. I can't finger drum today. So I'm actually going to just do this all in the MIDI clip. Now I'm triggering all of these ones all at the same time, but I don't actually necessarily want them to all happen at the same time. So I'm going to use some MIDI tricks to stop that happening. And a good way to do that is to drop a, what are we using here? Velocity. Okay, so I'll drop a MIDI note rack before the velocity on this one. And then I'll go in there and I'll create a chain and I'll go into the velocity and I will, and I will just skim down this velocity chain to 64. Then I'll put another velocity before that. And that means that I have basically a 50% chance that that's going to happen. I could maybe make that less if I want and maybe make it 32. And so I'll just group these two together. And then I'll copy them all to the other cells where I want that to happen, which is these ones, I think. Yeah, okay. So I'll copy that. In you go, mate. Are you going to go in there? Did it do it? Okay, it did, but not in the right place. Okay, maybe I'll just do copy paste this time. That was a bit confusing for my tiny brain. Paste, please. Yeah, okay. And this one, let's paste here as well. Okay, but we actually want it there. Okay, let's see how that sounds. So basically what I've done is I've given those 4 cells along the top there a kind of 25% chance that they might actually happen. something I wanted to do to that glitchy one. I wanted the that one to change loop length every single time. So I'll do that using LFO2 on a sample and hold, and I'll go to loop length. There we go. Okay, lovely. Right, let's resume playback. So let's go back to these drums here that are bust, the drums and the bass that are bust, to this beat repeat, and I'm just going to create some more of these, but have them at different values and a different chance amount. Let's give them all sort of 25%. Copy this one here. This is a snare, right? Okay, but this one is I'm gonna send this to a different instrument rack. Sorry, a different send return chain. I'm gonna call this one verb, and this one is gonna be like a massive reverb, which is just gonna ricochet off into space. Verb. Okay, there's nothing. Oh, it's still going to that one, is it? Verb, C verb. Okay, all right. So let's go to that. Let's go to that reverb chain then, and let's try this echo again because it's got a reverb on it apparently. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Where have you gone? Oh, I see. I need to turn that little arrow off. Right. Yeah. But I don't want any delay. Can I turn that off? Can I have no delay? That'll do. All right. Where should we put that? do for now. How long have I been going? 43 minutes. Is that a personal record? I don't know. But anyway, so there you go. Go and get some royalty-free film noir music from YouTube, and modulate the sample offset and try and make your own little construction kits by slicing up breaks, but actually isolating all the various elements of the break to certain parts like kicks, snares, hi-hats, or whatever, and try and, you know, finger drum and have a good time. I can't do that right now. Okay, so thanks for watching. I'm going to go and put this on my Patreon now, so my patrons can go and download this. If you'd like to download it and just support what I do generally and get access to loads of fun downloads that I do fortnightly, monthly, it's $5 a month, and it's just very generous. It's just very generous of you to do that. I'd be overwhelmed. Thanks. Oh, I'll put a download. I'll put a link to that video in the description. Okay, see you. Bye.